I put this hardest thing I've ever done in my life category was talking to the families at Silver Taps. Aside from that, just adjusting to the schedule and kind of changing mindsets. I was I was very ready to be Speaker of the Senate and kind of run in that mindset and kind of function in that capacity, running the Senate and running the student opinion. And now all of a sudden I'm on the other side where I'm like executing things and trying to get those done. And it's very, very different. Yeah, I'm calling them 3 priorities, and it's things that I'm just kind of always keeping on my mind of what to be working on as far as me. Right there, I know that they can't see this in the video, but we've got outlined like what each person on my team is working on. So we've got all of those issues, and it's stuff. Some stuff is stuff you just see every year, like working with dining services and lobbying for more student aid money. And last year they did a lot of lobbying for study abroad stuff. Those are things that just kind of happen. And I've seen recurring platform issues that just come up every year and every year and every year. We're working on all of those, improving parking, improving the bus system, all of that. But my priorities, the things that I think are maybe a little different than normal, that are just kind of in response to some of the conditions right now, focusing on finding our next president, making sure students are involved, our voices are heard, and we have the best person for the job for not just the student body, which is my main concern, but also kind of a university-wide, like every major stakeholder. If the search committee goes about and does this process right, we're going to have a great president, we're going to set him up for success. So that's kind of a big focus. The next one is Bonfire Remembrance. That's something that's coming up here in November. And there's going to be a lot more details kind of coming out as time progresses and as a lot of things are kind of more set in stone. But I think as the 10-year anniversary, it's not really an anniversary, but of the collapse is coming, I think it's important for us to be very tasteful in remembering it. Because I think the tendency is to be like, oh, it's the 10-year, we're going to, go big or go home. And for these families, they've come back, every year to a scholarship luncheon that they've done. And every year it's just kind of this, oh, we're sorry this happened. And we bring them back to the university and we kind of reopen the wound. And maybe it's time to kind of tastefully remember them and make that a very priority, but very simply remember them. Noticed a lot of just kind of maybe division or people that don't necessarily feel like they're kind of a part of the Aggie family for whatever reason, whether it's because of an organization they're involved in that's not cool or background, etc. There's just a long list. And there's a lot of people who just kind of aren't getting that connection to the Aggie family for a long list of reasons, and I really want to work on just kind of reaching out and letting everyone understand, like, at the very least, like, if you're an Aggie, you're my friend. That's the big thing, is just like every single student here is a student at Texas A&M, and every single one of these students is someone that we're working for in student government and that we're working hard for.